All right, hey, all you devils out there, happy Friday. Oh, let's see, it's 12:30 here on the 19th. Oh, we'll take a peek at Bitcoin. It's not doing much. ETH and a couple of... we'll look at a couple other here, potentially some actionable trades here. So let's start with Bitcoin here. There's not a lot to say. I mean, we I think last week we've gone exactly nowhere. Whatever's happening here, it doesn't really feel like a... That may, you kind of want to think 1-2 is not, you don't have a great setup to it. So my view is to hurry up and wait. I still much prefer it down here. Well, here we just look. So if I just use this here, just from swing low to swing high, well, at least we'd be buying in the discount. Here's the 50, right, which we've wicked off. We've looked at this with the wide firm measured move, right, 50 in the golden zone. So anywhere 24 to 25 looks like a prime entry location. Now, of course, we don't know if it's going to be offered, but in terms of for a long-term entry point, long-term entry point, that would be, a reasonable spot to be looking. Now, again, as you hear me say 1,000 times, right? You don't have to sit here with a limit order. Depends where you're trading and how you're trading. If you're trading with leverage, right, you'd want to get a little reaction and then take that little first retrace here, that little higher low. Ideally, you get some sort of internal change of character here. Right now, it's lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Okay, well, I've got a change of character here, but the structure break would happen up here. Oh, here. So if we look at it this way, here's the swing to turn the trend here on the 4-hour bullish. We'd have to break this pivot. That would be a major break of structure, and just to review, and I think I'm likely to do some more content on this because I don't think this was emphasized strongly enough, and this is kind of the key to the whole thing. The break here doesn't mean buy it. The break means, oh, okay, well, we've got a break of structure, trend change, now we wait for the retrace. All right, so which... Of course, I'm a retracement trader, so that's why the whole idea behind market structure it fits so beautifully in the way I approach the market, but it also dovetails into Elliott Wave, right? So you can use the two together quite nicely, as you see that I'm doing here, right? So here's the 50 to the golden zone. If this is a 1-2, well, that's your high probability location for a 2. There's a big fat demand zone down here. I've got a high volume node. I've got all of the ingredients are right here, right? Okay, if it comes down here, heads up, right? So it'd be a good place to put an alert if you don't want to miss it. You don't have to get the tick low, right? That's not the goal. The goal is to get the majority of the move, which often people will look for it in the 3. Now the count is holding, but if we, now look at it this way: if we roll over here and we get another 5, well, I suppose, right, one possibility here is we're moving the C over here and all of this just gets relabeled and this becomes, well, this would have to be the 4 here. We'd come down for the 5. Well, shit, this could be a triangle. But the 4 would be in here. We'd come down. Well, then, okay, do we still have a 3? Well, yeah, we do. Right? So whether we just look at it this way. Now, could we... a purist might want to dig in there a little bit and say, okay, well, perhaps that's an A, B, C into a W, this some sort of triangle here, B, A, B, C. So the possibility being that this is complete, right? Because it certainly looks like it is. You had the little Fed, wacky in there. We do something like this. Well, now you're going to have to be rethinking that, saying, okay, how do I make this fly? WXY seems like a reasonable way to do it, but it doesn't change the destination here in terms of where, for bulls, you'd be looking for a reasonable place for entry, right? Even again, just back to, can we buy in discount or premium? So this is a hurry up and wait. There's not much I can add there from last week. Just dull, right? Oh, let's go over to ETH. Oh, no, shit. Let's see. I thought I had it over here. Oh, this will work. Let's see. Let's take a look here. It's not a whole lot better. Oh, I think I had this. Oh, hang on one sec. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. It was just a chart over. Okay, let me get rid of that. Kind of the same thing. I mean, here's where we were last week, right? Does it need a video? I don't know. I'm just touching on it. What do we mainly see here, right? But we're stuck between two algos, right? It's just algo ping pong. Happens in the markets all the time. buy side algo fighting with the sell side algo, right? We use the Elliott Wave to see if we can get an advantage as to who's more likely to break, right? It's always just a probability, not a certainty. It does look like we've completed here and we're just in the process of correcting. It's tricky, right? This one, A, B, C, we're kind of, is it perfect? No, right? But as I remind you, Elliott is rarely perfect. Don't expect it to be perfect. But for broad structure here, okay, looks like, that's not something to ignore, but then neither is this. Right? So who's got the upper hand here? For the hopium trader, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. But until we get out of this range here, we're stuck. We're going sideways. If we roll over again, this has to get recounted. But as it sits right now, your hope. What's the thought? Okay, accumulation. We're in the discount. Okay, here we go. We're gonna need a 5 to get out of here. Otherwise, because if we get a 3, another X goes in. Okay, we've got to wait and see what's happening in crypto. So much. The U.S. looks like they're gonna blow it, right? All the U.S. markets exchanges are gonna go overseas, right? So if you want to trade crypto futures, you better have a VPN because you're not doing it in the U.S. Okay, so as I've been saying for 5 years, the one thing that could really fuck up crypto, the U.S. government. Okay, so at least as would relate to us U.S. traders. Okay, so ETH, I think like Bitcoin, it's a lot of hurry up and wait. Where were we last week? Here, right? We've gone nowhere. Let's do a quick follow up here. This was a great call from last week that I just missed. All right, and this is going to happen. So this was from one of my team members. Jesus, let me get this out of my way here. So I'm bump my head. My newest sensei, PKS Avenda, one of the best Elliotticians I've ever come across. So he teed this up for us last week. Now this was a slight miss here, so I was looking. You can see how close this was, right? So I here's my alert. I figured, okay, if we come down we get an ABC at the 50. We didn't get it, right? It launched, right? It started with a gap, so to start the week. I think that's Monday. So we start the week with that gap, and so you never got a chance. Now, so this is actually a good example. So you're like, God damn it, I knew that thing was going to go, right? So cool your jets. Okay, yeah, I know you're going to miss trades if you're trying to be disciplined about your entry. But okay, well, here we come back. Right, so this is, if anything, this gives you conviction and like, oh, okay, the 1, 2, solid, right? So if we come back for the 4, okay. I mean, that there's the Elliott Wave structure. That's what we're looking for. Okay, I missed the 3. Damn it. All right, shallow 2, it didn't give it to you. Just, I had an alert. It just didn't, you missed it, right? So, okay, but if it does that, well, there's a couple of interesting things here. So, let's review real quickly here. So we've got the let me hide the channel because the channel is kind of is helping there. Oh shit, come here. Okay, so members have all seen this, right? Because I teed this up yesterday. So at some degree, you have to look at that and you have to go, why does it stop there? Right? Why there? Why there? Why not lower? Why not higher? Why there? Why does it stop there? You know where I'm going with that, right? I'm sure you do. I cannot make this shit up, guys. I can't make it up, right? So, boom. Golden zone. That is why it stops there. So as we come back down here and we're looking for the 4, well, here let's let's get our channel on here. So once we have the 1 and the 3, we can connect this way via the 2 and pull that up. So hello. Now what else could we do there? Here, let's look for some swing relationship between the A, the B, and the C, right? It looks pretty good as it is. Although it looks like actually we might have that. So let's take a peek here. how this relationship is teeing up. Okay, well, we're past the 100. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be in here. Oh, I'm on a 30-minute. Coming right back into this consolidation. Okay, heads up. Heads up. Here it comes. Okay, right on the edge of a higher volume here. Now, I'm drawing this in here as a demand zone. I mean, here's the, if you want to be really precise about it, here's the demand zone followed by a fair value gap. So if we're coming to the 1618, we're coming down here for the 4. If we're going to come down here, oh, that's juicy. And then note here as well, we'd be in the discount, right? Here's 50% of the swing range from swing low, swing high, right? Again, using Sonar Labs, right? We recommend them, we work with them, endorse them, and we have a relationship with them. So if you would like to, start dialing in some of this market structure into what you're viewing, on TradingView, we've got a link below in our little link tree, get you 10% off. And I think they have a very generous trial as well. So consider that, right? If you'd like to support the channel, I guess that's what everybody says. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, you can't. Can you script that any better? Let's get our wave 4s on. Well, that'll work. I miss that every time. Wave 4. There we go. Okay, here's the 23, 38, 50, right? All ideal locations. So anywhere down here, here's fair value gap, golden zone. Or, excuse me, discount zone. So we get below the 50. So all of this kind of teeing you up for a nice launch into the 5th. Excuse me. Now, no, right? To get to the 5th, God damn it. To get to the 5th, we've got to do this. We got to break that golden zone. Now, if you're going to go into a golden, I've been talking about this forever. Somebody bought it there, obviously, right? Somebody who does not know that there's a golden zone there. That's the only. I mean, why else would you buy it there? Oh, it broke the little high. I mean, talk about liquidity grab, right? So, okay, yeah, I know. Okay, easy in hindsight. Okay, well, we don't have to think about hindsight now. Okay, all right, I've got a perfect Elliott structure here. Channeling, structure, volume profile, fib relationship. I don't know if we can tee this up any better. And certainly the hottest technology on the planet. Okay, do you want to let this one go by? It's reasonably priced, right? You can trade the underlying, trade options. You can be aggressive here. One to watch, right? Again, you don't have to just sit here with a limit order, right? Get a little reaction, wait for it to happen, look for it. Okay, I can define the risk. Reasonable, right? So there's a, thank you, PK. Just real quick here. I thought I had, let's go over to the NQ. Let me go out to a daily here. Let's look at this. Okay, so again, this is, again, I do this and I kind of go, I envision people going, oh, fuck, man, not the goddamn golden zone shit again. That's me just thinking, oh, God, is this again? I don't know. There's nothing else I could offer to you that would be more helpful. This is the COVID low, right? Here's the COVID free money. Here's the correction. What do? Golden zone. I've shown you these before. Right? Again, I do this just to kind of reinforce it in your head so you understand. Golden zone, target. After seeing this, I can't imagine anyone ever pulling up a chart and not looking for that algo. 1, 2. Now, what's interesting here is that the third one, well, there's a little one in here as well, right? There's this one right here. As the last one, look, right? So we get a trend change. Do you see how that? It's just trying to keep it simple, right? So here's the last swing, right? So we know they use this. Here we get just a little toe, right? Just a little toe into the golden zone here, right? So you never put your stop right at the 618. So that's why we like the spread between the 618 and the 65. So tap. Now as we come back up, we get a little leading diag here. 1, 2. Probably not a 3. All right, but we break this. We break the sell side algo. Right, now that doesn't mean that they go long there. No, what that means is, I think I've just explained this pretty well. Let's get you out of here. That doesn't mean they go long there. Come here. Once this one breaks and we don't get the target and we come back and then we break it, they don't go long here. They don't go long on the break. They wait for the next retrace, right? Which is exactly what we want to do. So let's see how that played for them. So here was the break. And then let's look at the other side of it, right? Equal lows right at the 50. Just hit target here. You trade it until it fails. Okay, so here it is on the other side. Now, okay, so 1, 2, 1, not a 3, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, not a 3. So it looks like we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get in there. Let's get down to a 60 and have a look at that. It's a little tricky in here. 1, 2, right? It looks like you got to do it. This almost doesn't matter, right? As we come out of it, it's corrective, right? Right to the 50. 1, 2, shallow on the 2. This is an impulse, but it's not the 3. So what's left, right? 1, 2, right? So I get a corner pocket here. Shit, I can't tell if that's golden. I don't think it is, but it might be. Yep. There it is again, right? I mean, 110,000 times. It's just, how could you watch any of my videos and not let that be the very first thing you do? What did it do last? I don't care if you're on the 1 second or on the 1 month. What did this algo do last, right? Because if you don't know, I've said this 1,000 times, you're walking through a minefield with blindfolds on. Okay, so we've got a golden corner here, all right? Looking for a realization of it's 80%. Well, we're not there yet, right? But I know I've got 80% odds of getting there. Well, for the NQ, this is yesterday's a fairly good foreshadowing of what potentially is to come, right? So everybody in the U.S. is completely obsessed with the debt ceiling resolution bullshit, right? So everybody is absolutely certain that this cannot happen, right? So, but the theatrics are going to continue. But yesterday there was a little glimmer of potential, right? And you saw what the market, well, particularly the NQ, what the NASDAQ did on, oh, looks like we're going to have a deal. Well, not today, we're going to deal, but what deal? We're miles apart. Those theatrics are likely to continue as, well, again, not to get political. That's likely to continue right up to the very last minute. And if they have to take extraordinary measures, i.e., whatever needs to be done, right? Whether it's 14th Amendment, you know, they're not gonna. The odds are very, 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 very low that whatever your thoughts are about the U.S. government and who's in charge here, they're not going to let that happen, right? So one way or another, we're not going to default. So whether they do it through extraordinary measures or they get a resolution on the last minute of the last day, you saw the reaction yesterday of what that's going to look like when it's officially done. Oh my God, are these things going to fly? I mean, again, I don't know if you were trading yesterday, but I was. It was one of the best days I had of the year because anything, all you had to do was buy it. Everything just went, right? And you had multiple retrades. Just a beautiful trading day. Those are the days that keep you coming back. 1, 2, golden zone. I'm not there. I've got 80% odds here. I'm not going to bet against that not getting there unless the default happens, which again, I think is very, very low odds. This golden zone is, I mean, it will, we don't want to see that happen. Right. And not long shot, you know, I don't care, right? That's going to hurt a lot of people. So I think that the odds of that are extremely low. But if it did, you would not want to be long or unhedged because what we saw yesterday will pale in comparison to what will come if they don't get it done. So as we sit here, you'd have to, either you're going to stay out of the market until they get it done, or we get an answer, or you'd be bullishly biased on the expectation they get it done, and then the market screams as it did yesterday. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I know you choke on it a little bit saying it, But I'll be damned if it isn't, right? We got to account for the swing, the retrace, the swing, the retrace, the swing, the retrace, right? So coming off of the golden zone tag, way down here, this little golden zone tag, right? That is the dominant low now of the whole move. So until this 65 gets broken here, it's game on for bulls. Now there's wild swings within the middle of that. But right now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, right? You're looking for the 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, pardon me. You're looking for this 3. That's why you got to change them. I should put that up a degree. Let's go sub. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it. And I'm playing my bias is long, right? Playing the odds that we get the 80% there. Now, let me use that same bias and that same setup here to push over to Tesla, and we'll use that. Let's get over here because I think you've got something that's actionable here, which a lot of times I'm reviewing. I'm going to try and focus on a little bit more actionable items here rather than, okay, let's look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Just partly because it's boring me. Okay, so here's Tesla. Now, this is interesting because trading principle number 4, right? There are 4 main trading principles that Andrew's taught, and one of them that's substantial and very useful as the 80% that we get there, is that if we do not make the median line, there's a high probability, right, leads to a move equal to or greater than the move that failed to get here. So this entire swing has a real probability of getting retraced. Now, you can look at it and say, oh, well, okay, well, if they get the debt ceiling done, which odds are they will, okay, I've got well, shit, what am I going to call that? Oh, let's just keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. A, B, C. Let's go up a few degrees here, right? So A, B, C, right? So here's all right, oh, God. Here's COVID low right here, COVID low. Scream, right? Fortune's made there. Made Elon Musk the richest man on the planet. Okay, we start the correction. We don't make the median line. Now, this one did, right? The first one did, which is telling, right? So this one makes it no problem, right? We get it right here, right? So there's your 80% realized. So hang on. Immediately, you'd think, oh, well, wait, let's check this. I'm right on it. Right. Again, I cannot make this shit up. Again, how could you ever pull up a chart and not check for that? I can't help you if you're stubborn about that. Okay, here we go. Don't make it. Well, now so this is on the assumption here is, now we don't know, right? Although it seems improbable that we're not going to hit, somewhere down here, but look, we're 0 right down here. So at this moment in time, it would be, unless we're switching to shift something like this here, and we've got an outside runner, maybe I think this being impulsive, I think that's a mistake, right? So I think you can work off the idea here that we have a good low. Now you'll also note here, oh shit. Oh, well, there's a demand zone here, but okay, so let's come back the other direction. It's always a little gappy. Now this time, let me get you right on the pivot. All right, on it. Okay, we're not golden zone to the tick. This looks like it's too far, but we're in the pocket. All right, so this is where you're looking for it right now. So coming off of this, looks like we've got a 5 going in. So here's the corner. Meaning I have not a golden, but I have a corner pocket, right? Same 50%, or pardon me, excuse me. We're coming off of a 50, the same 80% that we get there it's just like whether we pivot at the 50, the algo target doesn't change. If we pivot at the 50 of the golden zone, it's the same thing here, right? The median line target doesn't change just because we're pivoting at in between the 50 and the golden zone. You'll also notice here that where we are making that pivot is right in this gap, this fair value gap. Well, gap, weekly gap. So we ping that gap. Now, are we starting to go here? It kind of looks like it. We just crossed that's a volume weighted moving average. I use that in conjunction with the Gann high low. That's a 21 period Gann high low. It's just a nice useful way to get objective entry. Okay, well, we've just crossed both of them. So let's go, we'll try a 2 hour here. See what we get. Okay, so do we have a 1, 2, 3, 4? It looks like maybe. Let's get in there a little bit. Some sort of 1, 2. Looks like, let's check that. All right, so it always is a little funkier, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, maybe. No reason to think otherwise just yet, unless we're going to roll over here and this turns into an ABC. But right now I've got a little 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I'm starting at the 1 of the 3. So we can go, well, here, let's go down a degree. 1, 2, it's kind of ugly, right? We double bottom here. I guess we can get this out of here, get this out of here. Okay, there's my hard corner. So here's the swing I'm working off of. There's the target 1, target 2, target 3 will be up here. Now, what are we going to run into? All right, for right here where there's a supply zone here, right at the POC, we're going to have to push through that. All right, don't assume it, let it happen, and then come back. All right, you can see how that could shape up. Here's a fair value gap here. There's going to be an order block waiting up there. Oh, there'll be something in there, right? So 3, ping it back for the 4, put it in, right? Demand zone here. Well, at this point, that would be a breaker block, right? We'd break it, come back to it, and then you got 3, 4, 5, right? So you got to start on it. Now, if that's the case, well, that's not going to be the 3. So this is heads up here, right? This potential for something meaningful here. Now, there will be another one you'll have to get through from this pivot. It'll be a little bit higher, right? From this whole swing, the whole correction, you have to do this. You have to check them, right? We got to get through, right? So there's this one and then this one, right? Now that will be a major structure break, right? So if we break this, right, that you'd be looking for, here, I'll tighten that up, right? That would be a major break of structure, right? So the theory, right, and it's often, this is what you'll see in practice, is that if we break the substantial pivot here, you don't buy the breakout, right? The break of structure implies the next opportunity is on the retrace, right? So if this is, we'll wait and see how high that goes, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to go screaming higher. We could just break it a little bit, right? And then come down right there. Then you look for the discount zone, 50 or below, and then we're going to the 3. So it's Tesla very much one in play, one to watch, one that has got a nice setup here. You've had the pivot down here that sets up nicely for the golden, and then you got your little, this is the one I talk about all the time. Well, you don't have to sit down here. You can just take the first little retrace. Right, Tesla, right? Probably more options traded on Tesla than any other individual equity, right? Than probably the SPX and the SPY. More, but Tesla trades like an index, right? Massive amount of volume. Okay, additionally here, where's the volume? Where's the Gann high-low? All of that. Now, the last little piece was the cross of the 200, the got EMA. We just crossed it today. All right, so looking good. Here's the 50 on that side. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4. One of 3 going in. So heads up for any sort of a retrace. If this is the 1 of 3 and we come back here, you got a fair value gap, and it's the same process starts over again. All right, how am I doing? 23. Okay, so we got Tesla. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, guys, we'll wrap it there. You guys know where to find us, right? TradeDevils.com for anyone who wants to dig into this kind of content, is interested in learning, developing these Elliott Wave skills and mixing in some market structure and some of the fibs and the market geometry and things that we work on that we teach are all part of our methodology. All available to you. A good starter is the white belt, totally free. You can get that over on our website. And with that, I'll wish you guys a good weekend. I'll be back next week. Okay, talk to you then.